Alright, Comic Kids, hitting you with another video. Now, by the time you see this, I'll probably have this posted a day or two later after you see the free comic book day video. But with that saying, today we're gonna talk about the villain Spot. Now, this is my 5 comics that I'm gonna give you guys that I think is important if you actually like the character. If you know who the character is, you would know who the character is if you watch the animated series back in the 90s. Because Spot was on that. And that's where I remember him from, because he dropped that legendary "I got holes in my pocket" line. And I was like, who is this guy? Like, he's like, clearly you're not a killer. Maybe we can talk. Like I've heard that before, and I was like, what is going on? But enough with that being said, guys. Okay, let's start off. First thing first, his name is Jonathan An. Villain, he becomes Spot, but his name, his government name, is Jonathan An. Now, his powers are, he has portal creation, so he can create portals and he can jump in and out, go commit a crime in a whole different part of town or world, wherever, and then hop back into another portal and teleport back to wherever else he wants. Now, with that also being said, he is a scientific genius, so he can match wits with the best of them, even Peter Parker. And he has developed a form of immortality. So if his body like disintegrates, or his head gets cut off, or a limb gets cut off, he'll just reappear back in that dimensional world. What, I can't think of the name personally, but he'll reappear back there. So he doesn't really die. He can just teleport and keep teleporting back somewhere else. So he is immortal, can't die. Now, with that being said, guys, we're going to hit you with the first comic, alright? This is the Spectacular Spider-Man number 94, which is the first cameo appearance of Jonathan An. This is his first cameo appearance. So he doesn't appear as Spot until 2 issues later of this. But if you want to read up on who he is before he becomes Spot the villain, this is where you need to enter at, alright? This is his first cameo appearance. Not bad, alright? Number 2, got the Spectacular Spider-Man number 97, which happens to be his first full appearance as Jonathan An. Also, first appearance of Timothy Quayle, which is another character called the Hermit. This is when and then the next issue after this, he turns into Spot. Well, yeah. So, this issue isn't bad. Like I said, this is a cameo, so he doesn't really show up in that a lot. But this is when you finally kind of find out more of who Jonathan An is before he becomes Spot. Because once he becomes Spot, he's a whole different character, a whole different persona, all of that. Alright? Next. Now, this is the one that everybody's after. Spectacular Spider-Man number 98. This is the first appearance of Jonathan An as Spot. This is when he becomes a villain. This is the comic everybody's actually after. You see the Kingpin in the background. You see Black Cat. You see Spider-Man. And in the cartoon, Kingpin hires him to do a scientific project, and then in the form of doing that, he gets mutated, and then it affects his body, and then he becomes that, and next thing you know, he's Spot. So every time you work for the Kingpin, never really turns out pretty right. Kingpin ends up being the only one that doesn't get hurt, and somehow you get hurt. So maybe that's an omen to leave him the heck alone. What you think? This is the one that everybody's tends to focus on first because it's his first full appearance as Spot. Not a bad issue. I think now they're going for maybe $30 at the least. If they got a higher grade out and it's graded, yeah, you're probably gonna spend a pretty coin on that. But I wouldn't buy anything. I don't see this as an issue that's gonna go to the moon, and I say that being the fact that Spot's gonna be a villain in an animated movie. Even though yes, Miles Morales has took off, has went to the moon, and I'm pretty sure he's only gonna get hotter once he's finally introduced to live action MCU compared to animated MCU. Now, with that being said, also they have confirmed that Spot will appear in the second movie that's coming out this year. And there's rumors that he's going to appear in the third Spider-Verse movie when they make that. So I would also throw in a little hidden gem there. And I would say get SpiderMan 234, 2018. I don't know what volume that is. Probably volume 89. I don't know. Get that one. That's the first appearance of the third new roster of the Sinister Six. So you got Miles' uncle in there. You got Spot. You got a few other villains. That's probably a hidden spec that eventually you might pay dividends for. So remember I said that, guys. Spider-Man 234, year 2018. I don't know the volume. Don't quote me on that. That's one that's probably going to come around, and that's going to probably start picking up like these issues. Alright? Next, we got Spectacular Spider-Man number 99, which happens to be the second appearance of Spot and the first cover appearance of Spot. Spot didn't appear on the cover. So I feel like this book is just, I don't know if it's going to be just as valuable as this one, but it's going to fetch a pretty price for it as well, being the fact it's his first cover appearance. You see him on there. You see how the fact that he's teleporting in one part is kicking Spider-Man in the ribs. Another hand is grabbing Spider-Man's ankle. Another hand is punching Spider-Man in the chin. So that lets you know what Spot is capable of. This one is not bad. It's a very underrated one. So if you feel like this may be out of your price range, get this one. It's his first cover appearance. Maybe his second overall appearance as Spot, but it's his first cover appearance. And first cover appearances of villains tend to be pretty special as well. Alright? And with that being said, the last one. We got Spectacular Spider-Man number 1. Now, nothing really significant of importance other than the fact that this is a milestone issue. So it's spectacular. It's Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man number 100. So it's the 100 issue of Spectacular Spider-Man. And also, it features Spot again. So you got Spot, you got Kingpin, you got Black Cat. You got a few things going on here. So I'm figuring if we're gonna see Spot introduced in this, maybe we'll get an animated Kingpin. You know, like who knows? Because if they want to stick to the story, that's how Spot is created. So we'll see how that goes. All right. With that being said, guys, this is my 5 issues of Spot. If you got, and I threw in number 6, which is Spider-Man 234. That's year number 2018. I don't know what volume. I'll say it again. We on like volume 992 now. I don't know. Like next thing you know, it'll be another Spectacular Spider-Man or Amazing Spider-Man 400, volume 400. I don't know what's going on anymore. Like I said, I've been so out of the loop with the modern stuff. So certain characters get introduced. Now I do follow certain ones, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll get that. That's a nice book. But for the most part, I barely pay attention to the new issues. All right. That being said, that's my 5 issues on Spot, guys. I'm out. You guys be safe out there. Happy hunting. Cash Cow out.